Welcome to CTV News Your Canada. It's Wednesday, August 13th. We'll bring you profiles of fascinating Canadians and stories about your community. Thanks for watching.
It's been 70 years since Ron Duholke flew inside a Harvard aircraft. He trained in this type of plane as a pilot in 1956 for the Royal Canadian Air Force.
The training program was leading to the fact that if there was a war, you were going to be able to fly a fighter, and defend your country, so to speak.
Last weekend, Duholke struck up a conversation with pilot Brock Allison at the Cooking Lake Airport. It just so happened Allison owns the same type of iconic plane Duholke once flew in.
Brock was nice enough to offer me a ride, so here we are.
Giving the former pilot a chance to fly again was a no-brainer.
People like Ron, are a connection with history. Here's a real live person that used to fly these planes and was training in the Air Force.
Standing beside the yellow plane turned the clock back 7 decades.
I've got that same feeling again today because it's been such a long time since I've been in one, so I feel like I'm starting all over again almost.
With a bit of help, he's back inside the cockpit. How do you feel?
Excited, just nervous, happy.
Ready for takeoff.
He still remembers the power settings that he would use for takeoff, climb, cruise, aerobatics.
Taking a try at the control wheel in the air, Duholke is transported back to his 20s, grateful for a chance to relive his past.
Brock, I am so thankful I can't even express it.
A smooth ride all around, with only one regret.
I didn't want to do a loop. I should have tried one, but I'm chicken. But man, it was fantastic.
Miriam, Valdes-Carletti, CTV News, Edmonton.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I appreciate this.
For her birthday this year, Christina Lach is trading candles for kindness.
I'm just so happy that I'm here to celebrate my birthday and to share the joy I feel of having another birthday.
After a 20-year battle with lymphoma, Christina knows how even small expenses like parking can weigh on families.
Part of my healing journey, I wanted to give back, and I thought the best way to give back would be to pay for their parking, because it is something that's going directly to the patient, and it is sparking some joy for them on a day that may not be the best day.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. This is the second year in a row Christina has visited the Verspeten Family Cancer Center at London Health Sciences Center.
As patients enter and I hand them their parking pass, right away their faces light up.
For Christina, that is proof that even a parking pass can be a ticket to kindness.
It means so much because this is a scary place to come when you've got cancer, and it just means so much that somebody is so thoughtful to pay everybody's parking for the day.
It helps with coming when your wife has cancer, so it does help to not pay because it does cost a lot.
Christina has a fund set up through LHSF and has raised over $3,700 to date.
This is something I would like to continue to do yearly for my birthday, and it's something I would like my children and my grandchildren to continue also. A legacy I can leave behind.
Lawrence Stallone, CTV News.
First place, then they called our names, so it was like, oh my goodness.
Meet Fabiola Della Pria, a local cheesemaker who made Manitoba proud.
So we won first Best Fresh Cheese into the Spanish-Portuguese category of North America. So all the way from Mexico to here, we are the best fresh cheese.
And no one can stop her.
We also won on third place for best grilling cheese of North America for the Spanish category, and then best season spread as well. Third place best season spread.
She cannot hide her excitement.
This category here over, I think, close to 30 different cheeses of the very same special kind. So we won over everybody. So it's very It's very nice to have a title like that.
The award ceremony was surreal for her.
I was like still shaking from the first place, and I was hearing my name from the other, because the categories were like very close together. So I was hearing like that we won again, and then we won again. So we won 3 out of the 4 submissions we sent.
But a local wholesaler and grocer is not surprised.
It's very versatile, so a lot of restaurants are using it on their dishes, on their plates, really promoting local. So I was super excited when she won the gold medal in North America, which is amazing.
Now, Della Pria is looking to expand.
We're actually in talks to send this to Vancouver and Quebec right now. So soon, Quebecois and Vancouver will be able to try our cheeses as well.
Harrison Shin, CTV News, Steinbach.
Gordon Ginetto is taking advantage of the new extra-wide sidewalk to cook some of his delicious jerk chicken. He's welcoming people back to Little Jamaica as part of Rastafest, happening along Eglinton West this week.
No joke, we have really good food down here, and you will not be disappointed.
Ginetto opened his restaurant Kingston 12 2 years ago. He specializes in patties and other Jamaican dishes. Since LRT construction began, about 30 Black-owned businesses between Marley and Kiel have closed.
So literally the sidewalk was closed, 100% closed. You couldn't get around, especially there's lots of dust. So you can't even open the doors for the customer to come in. There's lots of dust, lots of noise.
You see, we have arts from Africa here. We have from Egypt here.
Down the street, Maxwell Blackwood has been doing business in the area for 40 years. With construction done and streets and walkways open again, he's more than ready to see foot traffic and customers return.
This LRT have actually devastated the community, and what is so troublesome about it, it just looks like they don't care. You know, anybody can delay something, but if you just behave like nothing happened, that's really what is troubling.
He and other Black business owners are calling on all levels of government to support this historic and culturally rich area with Caribbean roots for it to stay vibrant. They say developers have moved in, buying up buildings, which is driving up rents.
A lot of incentives are done for the developers who are building the condos, but nothing for the business owners. So the business owners, we need financial incentive so we could stay afloat, pay our rent, survive as business owners. We're asking people to come on down and support all the stores along Eglinton between Dufferin and Marley.
Rastafest runs through the weekend. In addition to sales, activities, and a street market, expect lots of food and entertainment, an opportunity to show off the people, taste, and culture of Little Jamaica. $170 million support program, things like a Shop Local campaign, as well as a program with signs saying open for business. Councillor Mike Cole says that City Council approved $150,000 to support the Little Jamaica Cultural District Plan. Reporting live, I'm Beth McDonnell. Michelle, back to you.
Thank you, Beth.
Our whole purpose of doing this, all we wanted to do was to bring joy to people's lives. We just wanted to make people happy.
Kate Cox, along with 4 other women in Mahone Bay, created fairy trails as a way to share their whimsy with the community.
Mahone Bay is a magical type of community. What's really special about this area, the amount of volunteers that give their time freely, that keep the community a warm and welcoming place to live.
I'm an early childhood educator, so I really believe in a lot of make-believe and play and using your imagination and creativity. And these women are the root of creativity in Mahone Bay.
There are dozens of scenes spanning a few blocks with no impact on the environment.
You'll see a combination of, some of them are made entirely out of wood and moss and lichens, others old enamel coffee pots. That was our goal, that they all had to be handmade, that they all had to be made out of natural or reused materials, and no plastics involved.
The tiny creations have made a big impression.
To come onto the trails and into the gardens and look at the children's faces as they go through and they discover the houses and they look inside and they see what's going on, to see it stimulate their imagination, it's just it's heartwarming.
So whether you're 2 or 82, Cox and the ladies who created fairy trails want you to know the magic is for you.
Some people are glad to see families, children, adults. I mean, adults are enjoying this as much as children, but it's really lovely to have, you know, families together going out and you hear the excitement.
But if you can step back a little bit and look into the eyes of a child or look into your own memories and go back to those days when things were just so astoundingly amazing that you have this sense of awe about them, and there is a tremendous amount of good in this world.
A good that continues to grow. Just make sure to grab a map so you don't miss any of the magic. Brianne Foley, CTV News, Mahone Bay.
The sun is bright, it gets in Teacup's eyes. Oh no, Teacup drops her cup. She is sad.
She's going into grade 6 in the fall, and Ava Galler-McMurdo is reading to her sister Zoe. Ava loves to read, and she easily goes through a handful of books in one day at home. So far, she's logged over 150 titles for the Libraryies Ultimate Summer Challenge.
It's like going into a different world, and you can be part with you can be with the characters. You can live with them. You can feel them. It's like you're in the story.
The library is a treasure trove for Ava, who can always find something new to read. Her brothers Max and Leo spend hours sitting and reading. They both like mystery books and figuring out the clues.
I like reading it. It's fun to see what the problem is. I like reading because I just like reading. It's fun.
Pam Galler says the Crowfoot Library is the family's second home, and she never limits the number of books the kids take out.
They share books amongst each other and introduce different genres to each other, which is nice. So I'll notice my 7-year-old will all of a sudden start reading what my 9, 11-year-old will be reading because they're exposed to each other's genres, so it's great.
The Ultimate Summer Challenge is a healthy competition for the family who log everything they read. The library's initiative is designed to encourage all individuals and families in Calgary to build good reading habits.
It's a great way to prepare for back to school, getting back into that habit of reading every day. And, it doesn't matter if you're reading for 5 minutes or 5 hours, every bit of reading counts.
Zoe is only 3.5 years old, but knows what she likes to sign out and bring home to read. Kevin Fleming, CTV News, Calgary.
The extreme heat taking a toll on vehicles.
Most people don't realize in the hot weather is your battery is at risk. It's sitting underneath the hood. The temperature underneath your hood is increasing, so it actually cooks the battery.
CAA reporting a 15% increase in calls for service over this time last year.
Just general driving breakdown on the road, as well as radiators and just heat-related, everything starts to break. It puts a stress on your vehicle.
CAA says there are a number of reasons behind the spike in calls for service, including this extreme heat. More people are traveling within Canada, and they're keeping older vehicles longer.
We've experienced a lot of vehicles overheating on the side of the road.
Ontario Provincial Police have been busy responding to vehicles that had broken down because of the heat, including one that caught fire on the 417. They say regular maintenance and checks are key.
One of the things you want to do is make sure that your fluids are all topped up in your vehicle, do the regular maintenance, have an emergency preparedness kit with you. You can purchase those in stores.
In the heat, everything has to work harder. CAA also says to check your tire pressure regularly and make sure your cell phone is fully charged in case you need to call for help. Patricia.
Those tires deflate in the heat just like we do. Yes, exactly. CTV's Katie Griffin live for us tonight. Thank you.
The Samuel de Champlain Bridge is surrounded by plenty of green space, which is on a significant incline, especially on the South Shore side, making it difficult to maintain with heavy machinery.
At the beginning, we were using regular mower, but we have very steep area.
But Groupe Signature sur le Saint-Laurent, the consortium responsible for maintenance around the bridge, uses a remote-controlled robotic lawnmower.
The guys is not exposed to any risk. It can go in very steep area, so it's term of safety, it's a very, very good improvement.
The number one reason the crew loves it is safety.
In terms of productivity and efficiency, it's a little bit lower than a regular mower, but for safety, the cost is not an issue.
From May to October, Groupe Signature sur le Saint-Laurent is responsible for maintaining more than 600,000 square meters of grass. That's equivalent to 74 Canadian football fields. A seated mower, push mowers, other equipment helps, but this remote control machine is the crown jewel.
It's very intuitive, so you don't need a lot of training, so I invite you to try this little machine.
To truly test how foolproof it is, I decided to give it a try. All right, I'm gonna learn how to use this. They say it's pretty easy to use and it looks like it from looking at this little control thing you hold. After a few simple instructions, I felt ready to join the crew. This view from the front of the machine gives some perspective of how steep the hills are, but it has no problem making the climb.
All the company involved in highway maintenance and grass mowing will probably have this kind of machine because it's a no-brainer for to access difficult area, notably the steepest one.
Groupe Signature sur le Saint-Laurent currently has 2 of these robotic lawnmowers at its disposal. Jack Richardson, CTV News.
You do have responsibilities. It's not a free-for-all in a parking lot.
A situation that many find themselves in, returning to a parked car only to find it's been damaged.
There was some damage done on the fender and the bumper. The driver didn't leave any note. I was able to recover some footage from my workplace, which showed the incident happening, the driver having a look, and then unfortunately taken away.
For Christian Stewart, finding his vehicle damaged was less than ideal, but police say he did the right thing, reporting it at a collision center and contacting his insurance provider.
Currently in the province, there's a $5,000 limit, but that's a combined limit. So that's the other vehicle and your own vehicle. So if you feel that the damage, if you're involved in a collision in a parking lot and you feel the damage is over $5,000, call your local police service. Here it's WRPS. And they'll give you some direction as to what to do.
Canadian Automotive Association says there are 2 important steps to take in these situations.
You need to see if there are any witnesses in the area, again, if it happened fairly recently. But most importantly, you need to contact your insurer, and you should also report it to a collision reporting center or to police to make sure that it is recorded and so forth, because the individual may have done the same thing.
Officials say it doesn't matter whether you're on a private parking lot or on a public road. All rules apply. For the offender, penalties can follow if you leave the scene without leaving your information.
If it's found that you've caused damage to somebody else's vehicle as a result of your driving and you haven't kind of offered that information and we follow up, there can be charges of failing to report a collision or failing to remain at a collision depending on the circumstances.
For Stewart, going through his insurance with the video evidence meant he was not at fault for the collision and was able to have the repairs covered without his overall premium going up, but at a cost.
Had to pay my deductible, again, not having the license plate of the other driver. You are basically forced to pay that deductible.
A costly lesson in forgiveness.
You try to take pride in something you take care of, and then unfortunately, someone damages it and doesn't want to take accountability, right? I mean, we're all human. We all make mistakes.
Ashley Bacon, CTV News, Kitchener.
Volunteers from Victory Church have started renovations on their new worship space. The growing congregation has purchased the historic St. Andrew's United Church building in downtown Moose Jaw.
Well, we're excited for the new space, and we're going to have church as normal, kind of the Victory style.
St. Andrew's was constructed in the early 1900s to seat 750 people. Declining attendance in recent years prompted the sale. Victory Church is located just across the alley and was bursting at the seams with average Sunday attendance of 800 people.
We've been on this incredible growth journey, and we are at 3 services now in our current facility. We're planning on going to 4 services.
Victory Church is known for a modern style of worship. Moving into a century-old setting will require modifications, primarily on the technical side.
Acoustics will be our biggest challenge. It's going to be a lot because that room, I believe, is made for the organ and a cappella music for choirs. And with us using electric instruments will be really be a challenge, but we are getting professionals, engineers to help us.
The building had been listed for sale at $1.2 million. Victory Church paid $750,000.
what our congregation's used to is not the grand cathedral style, but we're excited to step into that and to try something new. And for us, this is new.
Victory Church feels it would have been a shame had this building been significantly altered and transformed for another use. The church is pleased to play a role in maintaining this building for its intended purpose as a house of worship. Wayne Mantika, CTV News, Moose Jaw.
The Mount Joy Historical Conservation Area in the west end of the city of Timmins is where council thinks a new multi-action sports park could be constructed.
We're now using the term multi-action sports park. This term has replaced the more commonly used skateboard park. We're doing this simply because the new park will seek to incorporate other activities such as BMX bikes, skateboards, scooters, and rollerblades and skates. There may also be some additional uses that I'm not thinking of, but I wanted to make this clarification for council.
Construction isn't expected to begin until next year, as a feasibility study will have to be done. This park is in a flood-prone area, but Palmatier says the design of this particular facility might be useful.
It would be looking at how we incorporate stormwater management system within the multi-action sports park, and how it would help us manage, increased rainfall and increased melt in the spring.
There are a couple of options for where the multi-action sports park could be built within the area, and some councillors want to make sure every effort is made to weigh the pros and cons of them both.
I would prefer a feasibility study including both, because I don't want to get 8 months down the road and then say, oh no, we can't do option A, and now we're back to square zero where council starts debating what other sites it might do or if it moves forward with it.
The city has $650,000 sitting in its Recreation Reserve Fund. It's also submitting applications for funding from various agencies. Lydia Chubak, CTV News, Timmins.
Gary Wagner never imagined he'd end up turning a propane tank into a pig when he quit school at 14 to become a commercial fisherman.
As long as I'm on the water, I'm happy.
Gary worked on the East Coast for a while before he fell in love with Pam.
He was fun to be around. We had good times together.
But then Gary went looking for work out west.
Kissed each other and off I went.
It didn't take long for Gary to get hired on a halibut boat, or for Pam to show up one day.
I didn't even know she was coming.
What did you think of that?
Oh, I loved it.
So they got married, started a family, and Gary supported them at sea for almost 50 years. Until a cancer diagnosis,
not good,
forced Gary to get facial surgery.
It was sort of a shock.
And retire earlier than he had hoped.
I got tired of sitting around, maybe feeling sorry for myself.
So Gary decided to turn his bad situation into something good and volunteered his time to help others in whatever way he could.
Oh, well, they said dead can't fix it. It can't be fixed.
But when Pam wondered if something could be done about a bunch of old golf clubs destined for the dump, no one imagined Gary would do this.
I've never, ever done anything like that in my life.
It was so satisfying to be so crafty, Gary started turning all sorts of unwanted things into all sorts of wonderful creatures.
Tinker with this and that and other things.
After he began turning discarded golf balls into ladybug eyeballs, leftover aluminum siding into bumblebee wings, and outdated propane tanks into pink pigs you could put plants in, Gary was surprised that strangers started asking to buy them.
I built it and somebody likes it besides me.
But Gary being Gary, he decided to sell his creations at cost and make no money.
I just do it for the joy of doing it.
And while he once worked tirelessly to fish food, Gary's now working creatively to spread joy.
And it brings enjoyment to other people. And that's what life's all about, is sharing happiness.
Adam Swansky, CTV News, North Saanich.